we welcome you back to www.abbeyathletics.com, your source for stats, standings, stories, and more. Women's basketball tips off tonight against the Lenore University Bears. And here with me, I've got the head coach, Jason Williams, to talk about the upcoming season. Coach, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
You take a look at the women's basketball program, you look at back-to-back 20-win seasons. The trajectory of the program has probably been as high as it's been in some time. That's got to be exciting for you. What are some of the things specifically for you that you are the most excited and the most proud of, given the fact that this school has had back-to-back 20-win seasons for its women's basketball program?
The past 2 years have been a great opportunity for us to kind of build our culture and our sustained ability with what we're going to bring on and off the court on a regular basis. You know, what I'm most proud about as a head coach are the 7 young ladies that have graduated, and but not only just graduated, they're 4 of them are getting their master's degrees, and 3 of them are in careers of their choice. You know, and so for me as a head coach, you know, it's not just about obviously the basketball aspect of it. It's about graduating these kids, but on top of that, we want to go that extra step and make sure that after they graduate, they are finding places in society to where they're going to be productive members of society.
Now, when we initially were looking at doing this preview, certainly one of the main cogs of the team this year was going to be Morgan Midkiff. She sustained a serious injury this past weekend down at Limestone in the Conference Carolina South Atlantic Conference Challenge. Having her out of the lineup now certainly changes the way that you're going to be doing things from the coaching perspective. Kind of give us an idea of the impact of having lost Morgan Midkiff for the time, and kind of who is next when it comes to filling that role, taking those shoes on, picking up the mantle, if you will, and driving the program forward.
With Morgan's injury, you know, we're still trying to figure out the extent of it and what's the complete diagnosis of it. But with losing her currently for the moment in time, you know, I think her on-the-court presence is gone, but her off-the-court presence is still there and available for us, which is really, really nice, because she's a phenomenal leader for this program, and she leads in the right direction in terms of positivity, in terms of getting us moving in the right direction, you know. In terms of on the court, you know, now it's time for us to continue to develop the kids that we've been developing. Now it's their opportunity to go out there and showcase their talents a little bit, and we got to tweak a few things here and there to kind of make sure we're staying in our flow of our own basketball game. But I'm really, really excited to kind of have that opportunity for our young ladies to be able to show all the hard work they've been doing up to this point, you know. And for us, it's a great opportunity as well, because our calling card is development, you know, and at the end of the day, we're going to develop every last kid in our program, and so that when they are called upon, they are ready. And so this is going to be a great opportunity, you know, that door is going to be knocking, and it's time for them to open up the door and see what happens from there.
Well, when you look at development, and that's something that you are very, very solid and heavy on when it comes to developing these young ladies, both on and off the court, but specifically on the court for the time being. Looking at the development of Gabrielle Bethel and sort of the numbers that she's putting up very early, she looks like that she is a bona fide first-team all-conference performer this year. You look at the development of Bree Greer, some of the crop of players that have come through in the last year or two that are going to make those substantial improvements, make the substantial margins of victory for this club. Kind of give us an idea of who those players are that you expect to see a major impact and watch the development happen through the years.
Well, Brianna Greer last year as a freshman had to start, I think, 20 games, and so that experience itself speaks volumes, you know. And so now going to her sophomore year, you know, she's just a sophomore, but yet at the end of the day, we expect a lot of her as our starting point guard, and expect her to kind of run the show, and her leadership style on the floor has grown exponentially. You know, Gabrielle Bethel, I can't speak enough about. You know, she's a young lady that is extremely tough, and somebody that will go to bat for you 110%. You know, and she has worked extremely hard this offseason to make sure that she is in the proper shape. And on top of that, she's also worked on her skill level, because her athleticism has always been there. Now she's added that skill level to it, and I'm really, really excited to see where her game goes and grows from here, because Gabrielle Bethel is the only person that can stop Gabrielle Bethel, you know. And along with that, you know, we have sophomores along the lines of Alex Bush, who's had a tremendous weekend this weekend as well. Our junior class in terms of Marilyn Malfors and Larissa Bishop, and it kind of runs down from there, and they're all starting to develop. And now it's the opportunity for them to get on the court and have that game experience behind them to add to that development that we put together on the practice court.
Well, and certainly one of the calling cards from you that I've seen as a coach is you recruit your rear end off. There's no question about it. And taking a look at some of the freshman class that's in this year, kind of give us some of these first-year players that are going to make a major impact for you this coming season.
Taylor Johnson ended up starting this weekend against both Coker and Newberry. Thank you very much. And she had a phenomenal weekend, and she's just growing and learning and developing on the wing. And then also Megan Weidenheimer from New York. She's a young lady that's come in here and worked her tail off and has very impressed us a lot, with her work ethic and her development. I think down the stretch, by the time she's a junior and a senior, she's going to be extremely developed into the program to knowing what we're looking for and asking of her on a night in, night out basis, And on top of that, we got a couple local kids with Alexis Hampton as well as Nikiana McCaskill that are in this program that are working exceptionally hard and developing the right frame of mind.
This is a team that's going to open up its home schedule against Lenore Ryan University. Of course, former coach here at Belmont Abbey, Katie Pate's bringing in the Bears out of the South Atlantic Conference. This is going to be the first opportunity for the home folks to see your club. And you take a look at the Conference Carolina's standings, especially the preseason standings. This club is picked third. However, there's no question Limestone is going to be an absolute beast in this conference. They're probably the gold standard when it comes to Conference Carolina's basketball. You see Mount Olive and the job that Wendy Lee has done there at Mount Olive. You're picked third, but then lurking behind, you've got the King Universities of the world. You've got Barton, who always seems to bring uber athleticism to the floor night in and night out. It's going to be a very interesting conference race. Kind of give us some of your handicapping of this conference from your perspective.
Yeah, obviously Limestone, Coach Fox over there at Limestone does a phenomenal job with recruiting as well as developing his program in and out. And you know what he's going to bring on a consistent basis regularly.
Yes, indeed.
And so making the Final Four, I give him all the props in the world for what he's done in developing that program. But then from top to bottom, this program this conference is very, very strong in terms of night in and night out. You have the opportunity to compete, and you never know who at the end of the day what the scoreboard's going to end up as. And so for us, I enjoy that process on trying to get to that gold standard, and for us to be that team that everybody looks to in our conference as that gold standard, and that is our goal, and that is what we are shooting for. And I think we're really, really close because everybody, Mount Olive, Barton, Limestone do it differently. And here at Belmont Abbey College, it's all about that development. And for us, it's a process to get to that end point. And once we get to that end point, then it's going to continue to skyrocket from there.
Opening night's here. Certainly you've gotten the first weekend out of the way. It's your first opportunity to be on the Wheeler Center floor. What are some of the things that are going through your mind leading up to opening night?
Oh, just straight excitement. All the preparation is already done now, and so now it's the kids' opportunity to enjoy this experience and the opportunity to play in front of friends and family and their fellow peers. And so for me, it's just about a couple tweaks here and there, watching film. But I'm extremely excited for our kids and to have this opportunity to play in front of a great atmosphere and a great home venue. And I think today will be a great opportunity for us to showcase our home fans what we've been working so hard on since, October 15th.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we thank you so much for your time. Don't forget, folks, tonight the regular season begins here at home for the women as they'll take on Lenore Ryan University. You'll be able to find them on www.Abbey Athletics throughout the year. All you've got to do is log on to www.abbeyathletics.com. When the Crusaders are on the road, we'll bring the action on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network to you. But of course, when the Crusaders are here inside the Wheeler Center, we hope that you'll join us live and in person to watch the action here on the floor. Coach, again, we thank you so much for your time. Don't forget, folks, for stats, standings, stories, and more, there's only one place in cyberspace when it comes to your Crusaders. That place, www.abbeyathletics.com. For head coach Jason Williams, this is Brian Rushing.